It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll be watching the Browns' sure-handed wide receiver. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Browns and the Ravens. All that and more coming up next.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Let's go now.
Right to the air is Huntley. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Huntley. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The numbers for Njoku from a week ago: 3 catches, 56 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll go again here with Akers. Room here to run. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick here is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there of 22.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Browns have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Huntley to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And here on third down as a receiver, you've got to remind yourself not just to get to the sticks, but to get past the sticks. Create a little bit of separation before you put on the brakes and come back to the football. And the ball was right on time. Nice execution, nice completion.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Huntley. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Akers. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. To throw on third down, Huntley. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And a minimal gain here as he's up for about the 47-yard line. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. 2nd and 8. Now Burrow. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But all you guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Shows good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. So this game, Charles, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Now they go play action now. Burrow out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, they set him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow swings this out for Hunt. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Burrow will throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down.
It's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, foul ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Throwing on first down, Huntley. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off play action, Huntley. And the short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Huntley's throw there complete to Mooney. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Robinson's got it. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up the 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Burrow. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Here we go.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Here we go.
They go play action with Burrow. A check down here for Henry. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 15 more there, and it's another first down.
I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Throwing left side, it's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Ravens are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. So we passed the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now Burrow on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. To try again after the sack. Burrow. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on third and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hockenson. And brought down but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Henry looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. No gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now it's Burrow, and that's going to be caught from Browns. Touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, Huntley. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Huntley. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I got a kick out of that one, Burger. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 3rd down, Huntley. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a 1st down?
On 4th down, Huntley. And he finds McLaurin. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Back to throw. Huntley. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Huntley to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright, and it comes back. It's no good, and the deficit will hold at 15. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football.
Here we go.
No such luck there for him.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Here we go.
They begin with Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. Oh, he's got some breathing room. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. He dumps it off for Henry.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands you're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Hey, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 3 yards out.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Eluding the pressure right.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here's Huntley.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On 1st and 10, Huntley. He finds Robinson.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. A first down carry for Henry. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
71 yards on the ground now for Henry. He's got a 1st down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Inside handoff, Henry. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Flushed out right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw. Huntley over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. Huntley had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good clean play, no flags coming out. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Back to throw again. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. To throw on 2nd down. Huntley, he's going to let it fly. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Huntley
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And he is going to have a Ravens first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Cleveland, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And
if God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of us against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither.
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started out with put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I can jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jump off the benches and jump in the gym. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished. Put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished. Put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9.